Hi, I'm Gannage.
We wanted to make sure that we introduce you. Thank you so much, Gannage, and congratulations on making it to finals at Nitoc.
Alrighty. So if all the judges are ready, and the audience.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine a child the size of my hand, born 11 weeks early, a preemie, 2 pounds, 10 ounces. After 8 long weeks, she's finally able to come home from the hospital. But that's not the end of their problems. Every night, the baby's parents wake up to feed the tiny child with special equipment. Sometimes an alarm will go off, waking the parents, indicating that the child has stopped breathing and needs to be resuscitated. The child struggles growing up with cerebral palsy, a condition in the brain that causes your muscles to tighten up, making it difficult to do normal activities such as walking. It became normal for her to wear a brace daily, use an inhaler, and not be able to do things like other children her age. This was me. Although I had to struggle through many difficult obstacles, I believe my future children may be free from the possible dangers associated with being born premature, thanks to a new scientific development made in the field of neonatal intensive care. Neonatal means things pertaining to newborn babies. Researchers at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia have created an artificial womb that allows a prematurely born baby to continue developing outside of the mother. Because I believe that this invention will be greatly impactful on our world and save millions, I felt compelled to share it with you today. In doing so, I'll be explaining to you why it was created, how it works in comparison to the womb, and most importantly, its ethical impact on our world today. You see, all the problems I struggled with growing up were the result of not developing completely in the womb. According to the World Health Organization, premature birth is actually a huge issue, with an estimated 15 million babies born premature every year. Premature birth complications are said to be the leading cause of death in children under 5, which is why I'm so blessed to be standing here before you today, and why many medical experts have been researching to find a way to save these lives. This new device could bring an end to the vast majority of preemie deaths and medical complications. Now let's look a little deeper into how the womb works in comparison to the biobag, and some very important challenges that researchers are facing. First is the amniotic fluid, a yellow substance that surrounds the baby in the womb. This amniotic fluid contains many important and specific nutrients, hormones, and antibodies. It also cushions the baby, as well as regulates normal body temperature. As the child's body develops, it breathes and swallows this liquid as well. Clearly, it is crucial that this amniotic fluid is created with exactly the right chemical combination, a task that was definitely an obstacle for the researchers seeking to create an artificial womb, like the researchers at the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. The second challenge these researchers have is accurately recreating the job of the placenta. Now, the placenta is the connection between the infant umbilical cord and the mother. Oxygen-filled blood flows through the umbilical cord, through the placenta and umbilical cord, and into the child. Once the blood has been used and is deoxygenized, it flows back through a vein in the umbilical. It's disposed of with the mother's waste. All a very delicate and precise process, which, if not recreated right, could result in death for the child, making yet another roadblock for researchers seeking to recreate the womb and its functions. The process by which doctors would hypothetically use this new system would begin as early as 23 weeks. The veins in the baby's umbilical cord would be connected to the circuits in the biobag. Once blood was flowing properly through the circuit, the umbilical cord would be detached from the mother, and the baby would then go into the biobag. Dr. Partridge said with a video released with the study, quote, "Our intention would not be to support them on our system until they are a chubby 40-week gestation babe. The idea is to bridge the rough patch when they're really struggling and bring them to a point where they can do okay." After working through all the different obstacles faced when creating an artificial womb, what the researchers ended up with closely mimics God's design, an approach that exchanges amniotic fluid rather than recirculating it, a sealed system to keep the outside world at bay, and a pumpless circuit for oxygenation of the blood that is connected to the baby through the umbilical cord. Using its tiny heart, the baby would pump its own blood through its umbilical cord and into an oxygenator, where the blood would pick up oxygen and return it to the child, much like a normal placenta. Philadelphia researchers used early-born lambs to test out the plausibility of their biobag. It worked on several lambs, growing them for their entire early development. This is an amazing and influential step forward. Although this womb has not been tested on humans, the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia continues to work towards specifically creating it to assist human babies. Now let's go on to one of the most important questions today, which is, what is the ethical impact of this new device? Well, in July, the Hastings Center, a bioethics research institute in Garrison, New York, published a report by Professor Glenn Cohen of Harvard School of Law that imagines a scenario similar to the biobag in which a baby could be sustained in an artificial womb at 18 weeks gestation. Now, that is a tiny being, just over 4 months into a pregnancy and less than half a pound. This device, Cohen suggests, could lead courts to ban abortion at that age. At the very least, pro-abortion advocates can agree that if a woman intends to abort her child, letting the baby survive in an artificial womb and allowing it to be given up for adoption would be the better option. This could save literally millions of lives. Taking it all into perspective, roughly 30 to 40 million abortions took place just in 2017. Now, although this is a groundbreaking development that could help many premature babies and save millions of lives, it does not compare to the system God put in place in a pregnant mother. The biobag brings hope, yes, but it also shows how amazing and complex God and His creation really is. Psalms 139:14 says, "I will praise Him, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made." The biobag is simply a help for their mother and baby, not a womb replacement. It will always be better for a baby to develop completely in its mother's womb. Now, the idea and imagery of babies in bags is perhaps frightening to some. However, the plexiglass case, or incubator I entered this world into, was effectively an artificial womb. Incubators make up for the absence of a mother's uterus and helping premature babies develop. Biobags are simply the next generation in neonatal intensive care. Biobags are not baby-making machines, womb replacements, or cloning devices, nor do they have the capability of being such. Just like medicine or surgery is used to keep someone alive, This artificial womb is intended to assist in giving early-born children a chance for a more normal life. With 15 million babies being born premature every year, and a world that seems to be out to destroy the weak and helpless, this should be a welcome medical advancement. All this makes me thankful for the individuals working on this life-saving technology. It brings me hope to know that our future children may not have to suffer from the struggles of premature birth like I did. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Your time was 10:01.